Hi, my name is Simon Cotter, and I'm Director of Product Management for Oracle Linux and Virtualization at Oracle. And today I'm going to give you an overview on a reliable Oracle Database 18c DevOps solution based on Vagrant, VirtualBox, and Oracle Linux. So here the agenda I'm going to discuss with you today. In the first section, I'll introduce the concept of DevOps and why it's time to evaluate and implement the same. Then I'll move to the products on which you can rely, so Oracle Linux, Oracle VM VirtualBox, and Vagrant, and how, thanks to these products, you can create your own virtualization DevOps environment. We'll also have the time for a little demo running on my own laptop, and at the end, I'll leave you also a set of documentation references of both VirtualBox and Vagrant. So, first question, what is DevOps? So, DevOps target is to solve this very common issue between development and operation business units. On the left, we have the sysadmin saying, hey, it's not my machine, it's your code. While on the right, we can see the developer replying, it's not my code, it's your machines. DevOps is a combination of software development and operations. And as its name suggests, it's a melding of these two disciplines in order to emphasize communication, collaboration, and cohesion between the traditionally separate developer and IT operation teams. Rather than seeing these as two distinct groups who are responsible for their specific task but don't really work together, the DevOps methodology recognizes the interdependency between the two groups. By integrating these functions as one team or department, DevOps helps an organization to deploy software more frequently while maintaining service stability and gaining the speed necessary for more innovation. And in the end, everyone is able to deliver the best results and overall experience possible to the customer. So DevOps, development and operations, is a term used to refer to a set of practices that emphasizes the collaboration and communication of both software developers and information technology professionals, while automating the process of software delivery and infrastructure changes. It aims at establishing a culture and environment where building, testing, and releasing software can happen rapidly, frequently, and more reliably. Here we have a picture that shows the main problem that DevOps could fix. More than one time, once the code correctly worked on dev, it's not more a developer problem what happens next. DevOps, thanks to its automation processes, allows to create a real continuative collaboration between developers and administrators that, based on automated process, will really do the difference. So DevOps has really the target to satisfy the continuous integration and continuous delivery of a project, of a software, of an appliance. Here you can see development group on the left and operation one on the right. While on the left you can see a very high interest on introducing new features and enhancement to enable the business at the end. On the right you have operations group that do not want to introduce regression, want to respect service level agreements, and at the same time also uptime and security. While on the left you have one team asking to work on new technology quickly, on the right you have a group that it's much more conservative and do not want to change anything that actually works. And here, the target of DevOps. The target of DevOps is to get good things coming from both development and operations, with the target to enable the business. Let's now move to the technology available. Today, between the huge list of software components available for DevOps, within the infrastructure as a code, we can find also VirtualBox, Vagrant, and Oracle Linux. Let's deep dive into those. So first, Let me introduce VirtualBox. This is a desktop virtualization product and it's part of the Oracle virtualization portfolio. VirtualBox lets you create virtual machines that run on your own laptop or your own personal computer or Mac. So if your desktop computer or laptop today is running Windows, macOS, Linux, or Solaris, you can create VMs running any of those operating systems. And this is very useful for test development, for running the occasional use of some product that doesn't exist on your normal desktop or environment. It's fast and it's powerful. We'll talk about some of the capabilities of the product as we go through this. And for personal use, this is a free download that anybody can make use of. And VBox uh, lately also introduced a new option, a new feature, where at the end you can get your local VM exporting and running on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. VirtualBox is also a sort of unique product within Oracle because at the same time over there we have the Oracle development and enterprise support, but at the same time a vibrant community participation and contribution. Let's now move to Vagrant. Vagrant by HashiCorp provides the same easy workflow regardless of your role as a developer, operator, or designer. It leverages a declarative configuration file which describes all your software requirements, packages, operating system configuration, users, and more. Vagrant aims to mirror production environments by providing the same operating system, packages, users, and configurations, all while giving user the flexibility to use their favorite editor, IDE, or browser. Vagrant also integrates with your existing configuration management tooling like Chef, Puppet, Ansible, or Celt, so you can use the same script to configure Vagrant as production. Vagrant works on Mac, Linux, Windows, and more, so all the x86 operating system. And remote development environments force users to give up their favorite editors and programs, while with the VirtualBox integration, you can also work on your own laptop. And Vagrant can work on hypervisors like VirtualBox, but also with different cloud vendors. And at the same time, a container technology is also available. Let's now deep dive into Oracle Linux. Oracle has supported and invested in Linux since 1998, when we introduced the first ever commercial database supporting Linux. In 2006, we launched the Oracle Linux distribution and support program. Oracle is an active member of the Linux community through code contributions, testing programs, and deployment best practices for customers. In fact, Oracle has been a founding platinum member of the Linux Foundation since the beginning in 2007. Oracle also employs several kernel developers who work directly with the Linux community and contribute code and testing. Oracle's key Linux contribution highlight the Oracle's technical leadership and dedication to the worldwide success of Linux for organizations of all sizes and across all industries. Oracle Linux has powered tens of thousands of enterprises, including Oracle Cloud and Oracle's business operations. Oracle Linux is a Linux distribution packaged and freely distributed by Oracle. It is also used by Oracle Cloud and Oracle Engineering Systems, such as the Oracle Exadata and also others. But the important thing is that everyone can freely download Oracle Linux and can deploy and distribute it without hidden costs. Oracle Linux is truly an open source. Like other Linux distributions, Oracle Linux is based on GPL license, but we go beyond what you may get from other popular enterprise Linux distributions. Oracle Linux ISO images are public available. Full source code is published in a public repository on oss.oracle.com. And Oracle provides security updates and bug fixes for Oracle Linux for free from Oracle Linux YAM server on yam.oracle.com. The availability of free errata makes Oracle Linux an ideal choice for both your development and production systems. Some updates may require Oracle Linux Premier or Extended support, such as Ksplice and Oracle Linux 5 Extended support. Customers can freely choose which of their systems should be covered by a support subscription and at which support level. And for Oracle Linux, we also have more packages dedicated to test and development. On our yam.oracle.com, we have different YAM channels dedicated to this, and between them, we have the preview channel, where at the end you can find technology preview of different things, different languages, releases. We have a channel dedicated to developer, where maybe you can find the latest and greatest releases of different languages, for example, like Python or whatever. We have EPL, so the extra packages for Enterprise Linux channel. We decided to introduce this kind of channel for Oracle Linux, so our customer will have the option to get all those useful packages built and signed by Oracle. And at the same time, we also have software collection, where we address the latest and supported languages, releases, and so on for developers. Yeah, so let's now deep dive on some concept related to this solution. Yeah, and obviously maybe the first question could be really how can I install and store and start with Vagrant and VirtualBox? Yeah, the only requirements at the end are to download and install Oracle VM VirtualBox 6, the latest release today available, and at the same time download Vagrant for your own platform. And the cool point here is that both Oracle VM VirtualBox and Vagrant are available for all the main x86 operating systems. And then the following step is to get a Vagrant box just to start. And yeah, and obviously again, next question, what is a Vagrant box? Vagrant box is a previously built Vagrant virtual machine image ready to run. So it has a very similar concept of the Oracle VM templates. So pre-configure VMs with any kind of software running or ready to run on top of the same. Those boxes could be Windows, Linux, BSD, or also OS X if you want. And the cool point here is that you can also create your own with your own automation, obviously. Okay, and yeah, following question could be, how can I get a Vagrant box? At the end, I need something to start with. Yeah, Vagrant boxes are available obviously from the HashiCorp Vagrant catalog, that at the end is also the default one configured within your Vagrant installation. And over there you can find thousands of Vagrant boxes ready to run. You can get a Vagrant box from our own official Oracle Linux Vagrant boxes available on yam.oracle.com/boxes. And you can also find Vagrant boxes with Oracle products or even third-party solution running on top of Oracle Linux on GitHub. So on GitHub, between the official Oracle repositories, you can find also one dedicated to Vagrant boxes. Further catalogs are also available. You can even create your own. That can be a public one, or you can also create a private one catalog. So, and the cool point is that you can have obviously more than one catalog configured for your Vagrant installation. And if you do not want to configure a catalog, you also have the option to specify URL where to download a Vagrant box. So you can associate a name to a Vagrant box that will be downloaded from a public or a private website. Moving forward, let's also introduce other concepts related to Vagrant. First one is related to the project. What is a Vagrant project? At the end, the Vagrant project is an host operating system folder that at the end will guest your virtual machines. And within a Vagrant project, so within this directory, you will have a Vagrant file, one unique file where you will have the option to define all the VMs part of the project and at the same time all the possible configuration related to network, port forwarding on different NICs, or even the storage amount of resources like CPU and memory dedicated to the different VMs. So one unique configuration file for the entire project, one unique configuration file for more VMs, one unique configuration file for CPU, memory, storage, network. As already said, we have our own official Oracle Linux images for VirtualBox and Vagrant. And the important thing to know is that those images are built and maintained by Oracle. And at the same time, you can find the latest and greatest maintenance releases for Oracle Linux 6 and Oracle Linux 7. And those images are today the foundation of further images available on GitHub. On GitHub, you can find even Oracle products on top of those images. And the same kind of thing can be done even for third-party products, can be done with even your own custom application. And the cool point here is that when your VM or your image is ready, the same can be exported to further solutions. Within VirtualBox, we have the option to export a virtual machine into an OVA, so the Open Virtualization format. And the same format can be used to deploy the same instance, so the same development instance running on a VM on VirtualBox can be deployed on a production server-side virtualization solution, like for example Oracle VM Server or the private cloud appliance. And at the same time, into VirtualBox 6, we introduced the option to get a VM exported and running directly on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So this is also a further option where you can build your own environment on VirtualBox in an automated way by Vagrant. And once ready, you can get the same VM running as an instance on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. And on GitHub, we also have a huge list of Vagrant Oracle images, like for example the Enterprise Standard or Express Edition for the Oracle Database 11G, 12C, 18C, as well as the Oracle Real Application Cluster, DataGuard, Oracle Linux 7 with Docker, LAMP, so Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP ready to run, Kubernetes cluster running on top of Oracle Linux 7, and we are also already working on others, Vagrant boxes. And obviously on GitHub, we are also open to get your feedback, your possible requests for enhancement or possible improvements for existing boxes or new boxes. Let's now get our hands on a real demo environment with Vagrant, VirtualBox, and Oracle Linux. Here the demo will show up how to get an Oracle Database 18C up and running by executing one single command on my host environment. As already said before, on GitHub, we have a list of ready-to-run Vagrant boxes with Oracle products on top, and even third-party solutions like LAMP, so Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. As you can see here, we also have one folder dedicated to the Oracle database, and within the same different releases like 11G, 12C, 18C, and even the Express Edition for the Oracle database. Now, our target will be to get one of those and get an Oracle database up and running. Obviously, the first step will be to get all those files available on our host operating system. So, by the GitHub CLI, I can clone what it's available on our Vagrant boxes repository. And obviously get all the Vagrant boxes available there. And just to share with you, within the Oracle database, we have different releases, and between them we also have 18C. And as you can see, for 18C, we have a dedicated Vagrant file The Vagrant file, you know, is the configuration file for the entire Vagrant project, as already said before. We have a README with all the steps, and also further scripts and response file for the Oracle database installation and configuration. The Vagrant file that we built for the Oracle database 18c contains at the end the Vagrant box definition, and over there we can see like the host name that the Vagrant box, so the VirtualBox machine, will have on the first boot, where we are going to get the base box with the Oracle Linux 7 already installed and configured. And so the VirtualBox VM will be bringed up, and immediately after that some port forwarding will happen. So here we have port 1521 that will be dedicated to the Oracle database connection, so the SQL Plus connection, for example, and even the 1500 port that will be dedicated to the Enterprise Manager connection. So those ports will be forwarded from the VM to the host operating system. And once the VM is up, so the VM guest operating system booted up, at that point one script will be executed, install sh, part of the scripts that are within this environment, and this script will be executed with the proper environment definition, where we have the Oracle base, Oracle home, Oracle seed, and all those values can be even changed or customized. So let's now see the custom script, the install sh script that will be executed after the VM is booted up. Within this script, we have so many steps that will be executed within the VM after the first boot, and between them we have the update, the entire update for the operating system, the reinstallation of glibc common due to a known issue, possible customization for the environment related to the languages, the time zone, so we fixed the time zone based on the host operating system time zone. We installed RPMs required to the Oracle Database 18c installation, and we proceed also to the creation of the Oracle home, the Oracle base. We define the Oracle database environment for the user Oracle, and after that the automation will proceed to unzip the Oracle database installation files, and at the same time, based on a response file for the Oracle database, we'll proceed with the installation. As you can see here, we have the run installer proceeding to the installation of the Oracle database. After that, the same script, the same automation will create SQLnet.oro file, the listener.oro file. At the end, we'll prepare the VM to host a real Oracle database. And after that, when everything is ready, the same script, always by another response file, will proceed to the database creation and even the pluggable database creation. After that, other things are happening into the same script. So we have a script that is going to manage the password for seasons, so for the system administrators of the Oracle database season system. And at the same time, when everything has been completed, the automation will also expose the Oracle password that has been defined for C system and pluggable database admin users, and a message that the installation is now completed will appear to our console. By coming back on GitHub website and clicking on our own 18c release, as you can see, we have the instruction or getting started section, and over there one of the requirements is to just download the Oracle database software at this link. So one of the requirements is to get this software available and as you can see here, we have to accept the license, and at that point we can really download the zip file for Linux x86-64. The Oracle Database 18c zip file has to be placed into the Vagrant project, so the Vagrant directory where our Vagrant file is there. So in this example, the zip file related to the Oracle Database 18c is into the same directory where our Vagrant file is. Here we are. So we have now our zip file for the Oracle Database 18c available here, and this zip file will be then unzipped and used by the install sh script that we just saw before. So the first command that we can execute before executing Vagrant app and start the VM and execute all the configuration stuff, it's the Vagrant status command. Vagrant status will check if the Vagrant file is correctly configured, the possible updated release available for Vagrant, the current state of machines that are part of this Vagrant project. Everything is good, so it's now the time to execute Vagrant app. Now the first step executed will be to get the base box image, so the Oracle Linux 7 operating system only image, and get the same exploded for our own target. As you can see, here we have the progress. So the Vagrant box is an OVF, an OVA compliant file. And as you can see now, Vagrant imported the base image, started the same, and already configured the ports. And between the ports, we have one dedicated to the Oracle Database access, one dedicated to Enterprise Manager access, and one dedicated to SSH access. So what does it mean? It means that port 1521 on the guest will be forwarded to the host, and the same thing will happen also for the other ports. This kind of configuration will allow to rely on the Oracle database as the same is running on the host operating system. Next step, setting the host name, configuring possible proxy environment variables, and start with the install sh script. Install sh script that will proceed on all the steps that we just saw before. So unzip of the Oracle database file, installation of the Oracle database software, configuration of the same, creation of the Oracle database, and so on. As you perhaps remember, one of the first steps executed within the install sh script is to execute the yum update of the entire operating system. As you can see here, Vagrant is executing the download of updated RPMs for Oracle Linux 7, installing and updating the same. And this is only the first step. There are so many things that you can automate by Vagrant, and you can delegate to Vagrant to be executed on the first boot of your VM. Next step executed here is the installation of the Oracle Database pre-install 18c RPM on the Oracle Linux 7. And as you maybe already know, this RPM is going to install all the dependencies required for the Oracle Database and at the same time configure the kernel to guest the Oracle Database. And here the process is obviously automated by Vagrant. Vagrant is executing our own script, and into our own script we can decide what will be executed on the first boot of the virtual machine. Next step now. So we executed the update of the operating system, we installed all the requirements for the Oracle database. Now Vagrant is proceeding to install the Oracle database software. It's important to know that between the host operating system and the virtual machine running, there will be a shared folder that will rely on VirtualBox shared folders. And by this folder, the VM will be able to get access to the Oracle database software that we saved into the Vagrant project. So starting from the same, as you can see, Vagrant is now executing the unzip of the Oracle database software, and continuing on the same process, you will see that after the unzip, the same will start to install the Oracle database software. So as you can see here, the Oracle Database 18c installation started and also completed, and at the same time the root sh script has been executed, and immediately after the Vagrant app process executed the following steps. So the listener creation and start, and also proceeded to the Oracle database creation. After that, also created and enabled the pluggable database for our own Oracle database 18c. And at the end, you can see we also have the sys and system password available here. This one is a dynamic password generated every time, all the times that you execute Vagrant app or you instantiate a new Oracle database 18c starting from this Vagrant box. Now the setup is completed, and I only have to connect to my Vagrant box, so my VirtualBox virtual machine, and by using sudo I can be root, and at the same time I can be Oracle. With Oracle I have all the Oracle environment variables already defined, and so I can connect to my Oracle database and see the details of the same. And as well, I can check the Oracle processes. So the database processes, the listener that is running on the same. And again, if I'm going to check on the host operating system, for example, on port 1521, so the Oracle database port, I will see that a process is listening on the same. So I can get access to the Oracle database running within the VM, even externally. And the cool point here is that by starting from an existing Vagrant box, I can also decide to add further steps, like for example the installation of my own application into the Oracle database. The only thing that I'll have to do is to just edit the Vagrant file and possibly add another configuration script that will be executed even with a possible environment for the same, and so another script that could be set up my app, and at that point within the scripts directory create the script dedicated to my application and execute all the steps required here. And please pay attention on what we are doing on GitHub, because over there you will see new Vagrant boxes coming up. We are working on further Vagrant boxes. We are working to improve the existing one. And as already said, those could be also the base or the gold image where to start to automate and deploy or introduce a DevOps environment for your own application. Coming back now to the slide deck, I'm now going to leave you some references related to VirtualBox, Vagrant, and also Oracle Linux. First of all, Oracle VM VirtualBox. Here we have the references for Oracle VM VirtualBox Enterprise, so available on oracle.com website, our huge and so good community available on virtualbox.org website, documentation, the Oracle virtualization blog, where you can find different announcements related to releases on Oracle virtualization solution, and also my own blog, where maybe you can find different technical articles dedicated to VirtualBox, Vagrant, Oracle Linux, and even more. References for Oracle Linux. Obviously, oracle.com/Linux, and starting from there, you can find all the information related to the Oracle Linux distribution. Yeah, the great community that we have around Oracle Linux as the operating system, available on oracle.com, Oracle Linux-community, as well as the Oracle Linux blog, where you can find different things like announcements related to Oracle Linux, or even related to the Oracle Linux ecosystem, because Oracle Linux is not only an operating system. Around Oracle Linux, we have a huge list of very cool solutions for your company. And at the same time, on this blog, you can also find technical articles dedicated to the same Oracle Linux. And then here, references related to Vagrant. Again, Vagrant is an HashiCorp product. So references related to the documentation, the official HashiCorp catalog with Vagrant boxes, the Oracle catalog, yaml oracle.com/boxes. You can find the operating system, so Oracle Linux 6 and Oracle Linux 7 Vagrant boxes. On GitHub, as we already saw, different solutions on top of Oracle Linux 7. And then also a reference to another HashiCorp product that is Packer. And by Packer, you can also evaluate to convert an existing image to a possible Vagrant box. And then over there, introduce your DevOps solution, your automation on the same. Thank you for the time dedicated to this webinar. Feel free to get in touch with us on github/oracle/vagrant-boxes. Over there, we are available to hear possible enhancement or even new requirements, new Vagrant boxes that can be helpful for you and your company. And we will be glad to work on the same. Thank you.